So we all have a nice pillow or something to sit on. And so we'll start out seated. Using the pillow to gently elevate the hips. Letting the knees come down towards the ground here. Letting the hands come to the knee. And then can you align your head over your heart, the heart over the pelvis? It might almost feel like you're leaning back a little bit. You're opening in the hips here. Letting the shoulders relax, closing the eyes when you settle in. Let's take a moment here, check in with your breath. Maybe coming to this 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale. You could definitely also go longer, maybe 5-count or 6-count, if that is more aligned with what feels right to you. Taking a moment here to take some inventory of your body, of your mind. What are you bringing to the mat this morning? You don't have to act on any of it, you don't have to react, you don't have to do anything. You're just observing, being aware of what's happening with you, around you. You can find some extra softness in the hands, fingers, the elbows, shoulders, the area around the mouth, the nose, and the forehead. Where can you soften? And while keeping those eyes closed, we'll slowly start drawing circles around the body. The movement might be coming from the shoulders, it might be coming from the hips or the midsection. Whatever feels good to you here. Really moving in all directions, especially to the back and the side. Let's slowly switch direction. Out of this side, feeling, out of the hips. Back to center. Bring the arms up over the head with palms facing forward. Then keep pushing the shoulders out, so the shoulders are dropping down, we'll automatically move them out. We're moving into our wrist strengthener, bringing the fingertips to the fleshy part of the palm. Most of you already know where this is going. So we're going as fast as we can here, applauding for ourselves and each other. Let's see if we can speed this up one more time. And one more time. Just the thing that drain and down slowly. I'm going to switch our seat around. The whichever one is the front will be in the top. I see the less comfortable version for most of us. That's okay. Excellent, perfect. Let's bring the arms up over your head. Then cross your right wrist in front of the left wrist, and then bring your palms together. You will feel how it squeezes your head with your arm. You're really aiming for that. Fingertips are reaching up high. You're still trying to lengthen the spine here. And we will do little round movements here again, little circles. Imagine your fingers are drawing the circle on the ceiling. So allow the movement to come more from your midsection than the shoulders. You will feel that the shoulders are moving less than with this circular movement here. You have the eyes closed. And then switch direction, you will first come back to center. And then bring the other wrist up front. And then palms together again. And draw circles the other way around. Imagine those fingers are drawing the circle. Imagine your midsection is doing most of the moving. Out to move back to center. Slowly release the hands. Bring them halfway down with the palms facing down. Shoulders drop down here. Then start bending at the wrists. Letting the fingers first move up towards the side. And maybe even towards your head. Kind of protecting your space. Shoulders are still dropping. Eyes can close here. Fingers keep pulling towards your head. Slowly letting the hands come down. Keep the ground. Left hand will stay down. Right arm moves up towards the side. Then bring that right hand to the back of your head. The left palm can push into the mat and bend the left elbow. Start pulling that right elbow towards the back. Maybe looking towards your right elbow as well. Making sure the left shoulder gently drops down here. And even the right hip is pushing down into your pillow towards the ground. Then we'll slowly bring that right hand down towards the front of the left knee. Sweep it all the way across and over to the right. Left arm moves up. Bring that left hand to the back of the head. Maybe looking up towards the left elbow. And again, that left elbow and shoulder again, pushing back, feeling that opening. Left hip is grounding. In your right shoulder, again, drop, little bend in the elbow. Feel free to close the eyes. And slowly the left hand will come down towards the front of the right knee. We will sweep all the way across, bring the arm up over your head. Interlace the fingers, split the palm up towards the sky. Next exhale, guide the hands forward, rounding in the spine, chin to chest. Inhale back up. Exhale down. And a little bit like a seated cat and cow. So feel free to just flow through your breath. Going as far as it feels good. And then next time your arms are up, stay there, release the hand. And we'll slowly twist to the right, but keep the hand pointing up. So really just using that strength of the upper body to twist. And once you get the deepest into that side twist, let the left hand come down to the right leg, right hand comes down behind you on the ground or the pillow, letting the right shoulder point back, left shoulder points forward, letting the gaze go over the right shoulder towards the back. Can the shoulders gently drop here? Check on the left fingers, make sure they're just softly lingering on that leg and are not pushing, not tensing up. Then every inhale lengthens your spine. Every exhale twists a little bit deeper. For the next inhale, we're going to first lift the hands and then slowly untwist, lifting the arms all the way back up. And with the exhale, start twisting to the other side. And once you get the deepest into that little side twist, then let the hands come down, letting them land, right hand in your left leg, left hand behind you on the mat or the pillow. Letting the gaze go over that left shoulder towards the back. And again, every inhale lengthens the spine. Every exhale twists you just a little bit deeper. And that left shoulder point back, the right shoulder points forward as much as possible. Being patient with yourself, being loving with yourself. Realizing that all and any of those poses are never about looking a certain way. It's about how you treat your body while you're there. About how you guide your body, how you guide your mind. Next inhale, lifts the arms. Let the arms come all the way back up. Exhale, bring them down to the ground. And then bring them slightly behind you with the fingers pointing to the back. Use little cupcake fingers. You're standing on the tip of the fingers with the cupcake underneath the palm. And try not to touch the frosting here. And slowly start squeezing the shoulders. Let the chest lift up. Let the gaze go up. Do a little bit of lion's breath here. You're going to inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth while sticking the tongue out. That's enough. About 3 more. Bring the hands to heart center. Bring your chin down towards the chest, so the lengthening of the back of the neck. Maybe setting an intention if you haven't already. Anything big or small. And gently lift the head again. Keep the eyes closed if you want to. And make your way onto all fours. You can move your pillow out of the way, move your rock out of the way. Get rid of this movement, more movement with spine. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tops of the feet are pushing into the ground. You can almost eliminate that space between the top of the feet and the mat. So nicely stretch the tops of the feet. It's something we often don't do because we wear shoes and we're constricted in our little foot than my favorite way of calling foods. Eyes of the elbows pointing forward here, maybe already finding some core engagement. You will feel the belly button gently move inwards. Then see if you can really push into your palm. You will see how the pushing into the palms lifts and rounds my upper spine. This is just a small movement. And then we'll just do a couple of those. Yes, not a lot, just a little bit of a lift. And coming back to stillness and move into your cat and cow flow. Aligning one breath with one movement. Close the eyes, make this fully intuitive. If there's any other movement, your body is craving, listen to that. Back to stillness. Let's turn the fingers out, so the left finger to the left, right finger to the right. Then you can bring the hands as wider than the mat if it feels okay. I'm gonna make some decisions. Okay? You don't have to change. I'm just going to be okay. So we'll slowly start moving the shoulders from side to side. You will see that having a really wide stance with the hands allows you to drop that inner shoulder down further. So that inner shoulder could even come all the way down to the ground if that is something that you're working. Well, that feels good. It's really important to take care of the shoulders. Always, if there's any spots that feel extra good or extra sticky, feel free to linger there longer. And coming back to center. Bring the hands in. Keep the fingers pointing out, but bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then keep turning the fingers until they're pointing towards the knees. Maybe that's fully pointing towards the knees, maybe it's more of a 45-degree angle. You could also do one hand at a time if it doesn't feel good. I will let you know when it's a good time to switch hands. And then from here, we'll slowly push the hips back. Imagine I'm standing behind you and literally pulling your hip creases back. You'll feel that nice opening in the wrists and the forearms. We're doing one hand at a time. Let's switch hands. We're doing both hands. Keep doing what you're doing. And we'll slowly come all the way up onto the knees. Feel free to shake the fingers out or rotate the hands and wrists out. And depending on what feels good to you. And then the knees underneath the hips, top of the feet are still pushing into the ground. Just bring the hands to the lower back. And we'll just come into a little back bend. You don't have to go far here. Just then to use the hands. Push the hips forward. The gaze can keep going towards your chest, or you can look up towards the side. Can the shoulders gently drop down? Can you squeeze them? And then slowly come all the way forward and melt into a child's pose. Into a child's pose of your choice, maybe wide-legged, maybe classic. Can your forehead come down to the ground? If it can't touch the ground, you can always use a pillow or even your hands stacked to bring the ground closer to you. Breathing into your lower back here. With every inhale, feeling the lower back expand. And with every exhale, letting your belly melt down. Five more breaths here. And if your arms are not out in front of you, walk them out to the front. And then we will very smoothly just slide all the way forward into a swing pose. Bringing the elbows and then the shoulders, forearms are parallel to each other. Gently squeezing the hands into the ground. And the shoulders pull back and down, so they're almost squeezing together, trying to crack that little walnut. Tops of the feet are pushing into the ground. This will activate the knee caps and the quads. You will feel that by having the knees gently lift up. And just let your gaze go about a foot in front of the mat to the ground. The back of the neck is nice and long. Lifting the chest, feeling like your sternum is gravitating forward. Next exhale brings us all the way down to the ground. Let the hands come slightly off the mat, or they're kind of starting out below the shoulders and then moving out to the side. You can come onto your fingertips, or you can be on your palms. And then your inhale coming into a little cobra variation. Exhale to come back down. And let's just flow between the two. Can you create space between the shoulders and the neck? Tops of the feet can still be pushing into the ground here. And the next time you up, feel free to stay up there for a little bit longer. Maybe look over your right shoulder to the back. Maybe you can see your right heel. Then over the left shoulder. Also a great way to check out your own butt. And then come back to center and come all the way back down. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under. Your inhale pushes you up into a high plank. We're going to be in this high plank for about 5 breaths. Can your butt be as high as the shoulders? You can always bring the knees down for a little bit support. So imagine you're literally like a little surfboard, shoulders over the wrists, maybe rocking back and forth a little bit here. So shoulders over the wrists and then back. And we're not moving up and down with the butt. We're just moving back and forth. And then next time you're pulling back, if you're doing those movements, pull the hips all the way up. And we will all meet in a downward dog. Feel free to have a generous bend in your knees here. Spreading your fingers out wide like little sunbeams, pushing especially the thumbs and index fingers to the ground. Heels moving towards the ground, maybe you're walking it out. And just because I'm saying they're moving towards the ground, doesn't mean you have to actually touch the ground. That's the direction. Next inhale, lifts the heels up high. Exhale, bend the knees slightly and then walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Bring the arms up over your head. Look up. Maybe bringing the palms together here. Gently letting the belly button move inwards. Tuck the tailbone under. Maybe you're squeezing your glutes just a little bit. Next, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knee down, release the back toes. And then with your inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Can that left knee stay aligned on top of that left ankle? The left hip gently pulls back while the right hip pulls forward, which might almost feel like the hips are moving towards each other. Creating that scissor movement. If having the arms up over your head isn't working, you can always bring them down to heart center or even your hips. Next, exhale, bring both hands down, framing that left foot, straightening that left leg, pushing the hips back, coming into your Hala Hanuman. If you want to adjust, start putting that left foot up or down, or the back foot further out or in. Feel free to adjust in any way you need to. That left leg aims to be as straight as possible, but as always, you can have it bent. The left hip will slowly pull back, right hip is pulling forward, creating space between the neck and the shoulders. Left toes might be pointing up towards the sky. Melting down with that belly towards your left leg. 1, 2, both arms can sweep back, the palms facing down. The last few breaths here. And this is just an option, nothing you have to do. Next exhale, we'll bend that left knee again, frame that left foot. Feel free to bring the foot in closer if you need to. Inhale to open the chest, look up. Really letting that right hip drop down here, feeling that opening. You could be on your fingertips, you could be on blocks, you could be on your palms, you could even make little fists, really depending on what your body feels it needs. The main thing is the right hip still dropping down here. And it's a fun little play you're doing, because you're still keeping some engagement in the left hip by gently pulling it back, while also allowing the right hip to drop. You're not just dumping it, there's still a lot going on here. Let's bring the hands all the way down, so the palms can push down, then plank the back leg, step the left foot to the back of the mat, coming into a high plank here. And we're here for 5 breaths. Can you know your options? You can bring the knees down, you can lift the feet up towards your glutes. Next, exhale, lowers us all the way down to the belly. Extend the arms out on your side, palms face inwards, feet are touching, big toes are touching. And then with your next exhale, let's move into a little locust. So lifting the legs, lifting the chest, lifting the upper body, shoulders push back and down still, finding length in the back of your neck. Keeping the feet as close together as you can. Make sure you're still breathing here, you're not shortening or holding your breath. Next exhale, come all the way back down. Make a pillow with your hands, letting your forehead or your cheek rest on the pillow. The heels can fall out to the side. Maybe you're dropping your hips from side to side as well. Breathing into the lower back here. Slowly coming back. Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift you up into a high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Maybe bring your feet wider out here, maybe even all the way to mat width apart. Still dropping the belly, dropping the chest, feeling the opening in the shoulders, heels push down. And then just slowly move your hips from side to side. As far over as it works for your body. Might be really intense stretch in the legs, especially the calf muscle. All the way moving from the IT band into the calf muscle. Just observing what is happening for you here. And coming back to center, bring the feet closer in again. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees slightly, and then step your right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee, release the big toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Again, you can also have them at heart center or your hips. And then this time the right hip is pulling back, the left hip is pushing forward, creating that dynamic movement between the hips. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into your right knee. Next exhale, bringing the hands down to frame the right foot. Push the hips back, straightening the right leg, the right toe can point up towards the sky. And feel free to move your feet whichever way you need to. I was like having a little bit wider stance here. And then the right hip pushes back, left hip pushes forward. And we're just letting the upper body, the belly especially, melt down towards the right leg. Create space between the shoulders and the neck. And definitely use blocks or pillows to have the hands resting on. And then maybe you're gonna sweep your arms to the back again with the palms facing down. Just an option, nothing that has to happen. The next inhale, we're going to bend that right knee again, bring the hands forward, and bring the front foot in slightly, still good. Staying on your fingertips here, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, maybe coming onto blocks with the hands, a little fist. Then the right hip is still gently pulling back, and your left hip is dropping here. You're feeling a big opening the left hip. And you lift the chest a little bit higher, and the shoulders drop just a little bit more. And slowly plant the palms back down. Plank the back leg and then step the back leg to the front of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Bring your arms up over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms move out and up. Exhale, swan dive down. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Then slowly, while keeping the knees bent and hips down, we're going to sweep the arms up, coming into a chair pose. Make sure you can see all 10 toes in front of the knees. So having the arms over your head isn't working. Always bring them down to heart center. Then whatever you want, can you sternum lift up, can you chest lift up, like you're beaming your heart space out to the front. You can sink the hips down a little bit more. Next, inhale, straighten the legs, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, the right foot step to the back of the mat. Let's bring it down at an angle. The back foot, outer edge, the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Keeping the left hand on the outside of the left foot. Or you could bring it onto the block as well. We're going to slowly let the right arm move up towards the sky. Maybe you're looking up. The left knee is deeply bent here. And then from here, we will use the strength of the core to pull ourselves all the way up into a warrior two. Sinking deeply into that left knee. The left knee is gently pushing outward, not collapsing inward. Dropping the shoulders. Maybe play with having the palms face up. And then down again, which will allow the shoulders to drop more. Pushing into the outer edges of both feet. Looking towards the left index and middle finger here. And we sink a little bit deeper into the left knee. Next, inhale, left palm flips. Exhale, reverse. Gaze follow your left hand. The feet stand safe as is. The right hand can be on the back leg or your lower back, depending on what feels better and more supportive. And slowly come all the way back up, straighten your left leg, turn the toes in, so your feet are parallel. And we'll just slowly melt down into a wide-legged forward fold. Letting the hands come to the ground if that feels good. Maybe the wrists underneath the shoulders. You basically have your feet and your hands parallel to each other, like a little lane of four. Letting the shoulders move outwards. Hips are gently pulling back. And then with the next inhale, come halfway up. From here, we will turn the right toes to the right, to the back of the mat, basically. Bending into that right knee, walk the hands towards your right foot. Right hand will come outside of the right foot, and then your left arm will move up towards the sky, maybe looking up. Already pushing into the outer edges of the feet here, especially the back foot, finding the integrity of the pose here. Embracing whatever you are facing here. Next, exhale, using the core. You will come all the way up into your warrior two. Feel free to adjust the stance wider or more narrow. Sinking deeply into the right knee. Dropping the shoulders, looking towards your right index and middle finger. Shoulders, arms, top of the hips. Neither reaching forward nor back. Maybe let the palms point up. And then slowly flip them again. Nice way to get the shoulders to drop even further. Next, inhale, only the right palm flips. Exhale, reverse. Looking up with the right hand. What does your left hand want to do? Maybe allowing yourself to meld a little bit more into that right knee here. And slowly straightening that front leg, coming back into that wide-legged forward fold. Just melting down here whenever you can. Bringing both hands down. Maybe this time bringing your hands to your ankles or your big toes. If you are holding on to either one of those, it's a nice way to like bend the elbows. And this way, giving yourself more leverage or gently pulling down the body just a little bit more here. Again, can you create a little bit more space between the shoulders and the neck? I know it's repetitive, but it's one of those spots where we often, especially when we're in poses longer or we're just moving through poses and autopilot, kind of don't think about it anymore. I'm just here slowly annoying you. Even though the lady at the checkout today at the grocery store said that I had a really soothing voice, and I was like, no, Thank you. Made my day. So I'm hoping I'm not annoying you too much. That's the message in this. Just to bring a little bit of humor. Yeah. That's funniest. And we'll slowly release whatever you're holding on to. Bring the hands on the shoulders. Then heel toe the feet in. Coming into a nice forward fold with the legs together. Feel free to hold onto your big toes. Maybe bring the palms underneath your feet from the front. You can give your palms a little massage by rocking back and forth from your heels to your toes. Letting the head hang down heavy. Additionally, if you don't feel like rocking, you don't have to. You can just push the toes into your hands, and at the same time, the hands are pushing into your feet, creating this isometric movement. And then wherever you are, can the belly drop down just a little bit more? Slowly releasing whatever bind you have, if you do have one. Inhale for a half lift. Just flush it out a couple of times. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll do one more little hip opener before we move onto our back and settle down. I like folding my mat and up because it gives me more support for the knees. So feel free to do the same thing. We're going to bring the feet as close together as possible and the knees as far out as possible. I like the place of the confusion. We're going to drop the knees down to the mat. And then bring the hands out in front of you. If this is already a lot, you can stay here. Or you can release the toes and then let the feet come out further than the knees. So the toes pointing out. As much as it works for your body there. So you can stay on your hands, come down onto the forearms. And then maybe play with rocking back and forth. You'll probably feel this really into your outer hips. That's exactly what we're aiming for here. I feel it too. Yes, we are doing this because I went on a run this morning. It's also big for all of us, so it's not that much selfish. If you find a spot that feels extra good, feel free to stay there. And also, if you feel your body adjusting and getting into it, and you want to bring the knees out further, the feet out further, you can always do that, realizing that if you give your body some time, it will actually adjust to it. Same way we came into this, so come down, like first come onto the hands, and slowly bringing one foot in, the other. Oh, yes. Yes, making those noises is part of it, for sure. Wrapping your mat, and just slowly coming to sit down on the mat. Just to like shake it out because that was a pretty intense one. We're going to do some windshield wipers here. Having the feet mat width apart to allow the inner knee to come all the way down. It should feel really nice. back to center, back to stillness. Let's hug the leg in, bring the feet in as close as possible. And then just grab your opposite elbow if you can. If you can, you can always bring the palms together and really hug yourself here, pushing the belly and chest into the legs, feeling the spine lengthen. Crown of the head is reaching up. And slowly release that hold. Extend that left leg out long. Right foot will move over the outside of the left leg. And option one is to stay here for your twist. Option two is to bring the bottom leg in as well. And just making sure you're not sitting on the heel. The heel is on the outside of your butt. And then you're going to bring the fingers together, interlacing the hand. And just slowly hug the leg in this way. Kind of the same thing we did with both legs in. We're lengthening the spine. And then from here, we'll slowly move into a twist. So releasing the hands, bringing that left hand, hug that right leg. Right hand can move behind you on the ground. Maybe looking over the right shoulder towards the back. So to finish up, we're moving into a twist, similar to what we did in the beginning, just maybe a little bit deeper, a different variation. And it's a nice moment to take the time to check in and see, how do you feel now? Are there slight differences, slight changes? And nothing big has to have happened in order for it to matter. Then we will really slowly come out of it. We'll switch the legs around. And you know your options, picking what works. Okay, this side feels different as well. Then again, interlacing the fingers and gently start hugging that leg, the knee in towards the body, belly, chest moving towards that leg. Shoulders dropping. And slowly releasing the hands, wrapping the right arm around the left leg, left hand moves behind you onto the ground. Maybe looking over the left shoulder towards the back here. Coming up with a little smile. I can all see you. Haha. Can you create a little bit more softness, both in your body and in your mind? Slowly out of it. And tangling your legs here, bring the bottom feet together. A little bit further into the diamond shape. So the feet are a little bit further out than normal. Up them in the back. And we'll just slowly slide over here. Maybe your forearms come down. If they do, stay your palms facing up. You can do that absolutely also just from here, so wherever you are, this is totally doable. The palms opening is a nice way to kind of open yourself, create an offer. Letting the head hang down heavy. Maybe the head is resting in between your feet. Very back. I'll give you a couple options for your Shavasana. If you would like to, you can make it a seated meditation. Another option is to take your mat over to one of the walls and put your legs up the wall. Or you can come into the classic Shavasana, lying on your back. So I'll give you the time to make your choices. Remember, if there's no right or wrong. And only what works for you today. Put some layers on. Maybe put your bolster on top of your belly or your hips for some extra grounding. Closing the eyes once you land it. Others. Slowly. The light of the wall slowly turn. Falls it and then hug the knees in. Or hug yourself like you love yourself here. And slowly let go and roll onto your right side. Letting the head rest on your right hand or your right arm. Left hand is the healing. Slowly take your way up into a seated position. Bring the hands to heart center when you're right here. Keeping the eyes closed. So maybe happy, maybe so, maybe namaste.